I want to introduce our presenters today, Andy Beck, Director of Choral Publications at Alfred Music, and Krista Hart, one of our Alfred Music clinicians. They are so excited to be here with us. Andy and Krista, why don't you go ahead and say...
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi, everybody. This is so fun. I'm watching in the... Oh, hi, Jack. Hi, Jack from Connecticut. Good to see you, or virtually see you. It's so fun to watch in the chat what's happening. We have people from all over the country here. I am on the East Coast in Raleigh, North Carolina. Where are you, Krista?
I am in sunny Southern California in Los Angeles.
Awesome. It's sunny here, too. I hope it's sunny where everybody is, but we have the whole country covered with song this morning. This is awesome. I'm so glad everybody's here. It is our first online version of Celebration of Song, where we're going to introduce some of the greatest new materials from Alfred for you today. And along the way, we will be talking about some of the issues in our time, like teaching remotely and virtual choirs and some other things. So rest assured, we're going to answer some of your questions. If anything pops up along the way, Krista is awesome in that chat window. If you have a question or a comment, send it on in there. Krista will be monitoring that most of the time. I'll try to, you're going to maybe see what a bad typist I am, because there'll be typos if I answer, but we'll get all your questions handled and love to hear your comments along the way. So why don't we get started? I can't start a session without warming up. Now, admittedly, I sang just a little bit in the shower this morning, but I'd like to do an official warm-up with you all. And my warm-up book for this morning is Vocalize. We have a slide we're going to share with you from Vocalize where we can learn some of the exercises together. First of all, I'll put us in this key for flying sign. This is a breath exercise where we talk about riding the breath with our voice. Here's how it sounds. Flying on the breath we ride, sighing open inside. When I teach this to students, I think about, you know, that opening scene of Forrest Gump where the feathers are floating on the air? Imagine a feather here, and when that F of flying comes, the feather takes off. And it stays afloat on the air. Flying on the breath we ride. And now the air is flowing, but you also need openness inside. So everybody with me at home, let's have a sigh. Ah, very open. Ah, sighing. And that's the second phrase. Sighing open inside. I feel like the best tone quality will be achieved with that air that keeps the sound flying and the space of a sigh. Let's sing it all together. 1, 2, from home, you're with me. Flying on the breath we ride, sighing open inside. Here's one about good diction. Same key. Every phrase we sing should be complete, with a final cutoff that is neat. Each and every consonant is planned, so the audience can understand. Take your pointer finger with me, singers, and point to my final T's and point to my final D's. Along with me now. Every phrase we sing should be complete, with a final cutoff that is neat. Each and every consonant is planned, so the audience can understand. And that's just 2 of the exercises in this book, Vocalize. There are 45 exercises in here that teach and practice vocal techniques, specific techniques with lyrics that address the techniques. Every one of them has a piano accompaniment written out. They go through several keys like a normal warm-up would do, so they modulate each time. And there's a recording with the full accompaniments there, so if you want to be away from your piano or sending the warm-ups out to your remote classroom, Vocalize is a great thing for that with those warm-up tracks. Let's move to our next book. This is the Vocalize Canon collection, where every song in the book is going to stack into canons. Now, sometimes it's 2 parts, sometimes it's 3 part, up to 6 and 8 parts. You see, A Child of Song is a 4-part canon where voices would enter each time you see a number above. So you can divide into 4 possible parts, although you don't have to. If you don't know this one, it's in 5/4. Here's how I teach 5/4 to the kids. This is a downbeat, 2 snaps, 1 downbeat, and then 1 snap. So it's grouped into 3 and then 2 to equal the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sing me a song when I wake in the morning. Play me a tune in the cool of the night. Here is some more information about the Canon collection. The Vocalize Canon collection. 55 rounds for choral and classroom singing, compiled and arranged by Andy Beck. This impressive collection of rounds is ideal for warming up, sight singing, technique building, and more. From traditional and familiar to original and unexpected, each of the tuneful melodies easily stacks into 2, 3, or more layers. Supportive piano accompaniments are lightly orchestrated on the enclosed CD, which also includes reproducible singer pages. C-O-F-F-E-E, pour me a cup or 2 or 3, early in the morning when I want to wake, and then later when I need a coffee break. C-O-F-F-E-E, oh how I love coffee. Pair this Canon collection with exercises from the original Vocalize book to complete your daily choral warm-up routine. Or perform a favorite on an upcoming concert. So that's a little bit about the Vocalize Canon collection. Gosh, I am seeing that some people maybe have a frozen screen, but others of us seem to be moving. I think we're good. I'm going to keep moving ahead because it looks to me like we're still live. Now is the point where you need to make sure, you might want to make sure, you don't have to, that you have the PDF packet ready to go. As we review each octavo this morning, they will be on the screen like you see here. So not a big deal if you don't have that PDF packet, but you probably want to download it so that later, any of the ones that were your favorites, you can go back and look at them again or take them to your keyboard and sort of see how it feels in the hands or sing the different parts in your own additional review. Of course, all of this is available on YouTube as well and on our website, alfred.com, but we'll give you more information about that as we go. So grab that PDF packet if you want. Let's start with my opening number, which is called Music Is. This was a really enjoyable commission for me to write this year. I wrote it along with some middle school students from Piper, Illinois. Woohoo, Illinois, give a woohoo if you're out there in the chat. These students did a writing assignment for their music teacher, Diane Perkins. She asked the students to write a complete thought, paragraph, sentences, whatever, fill in the blank, music is what? They took their thoughts, which were beautiful, inspired, and artistic. They sent them to me. I read through them all and used that as inspiration for the text, taking several of the phrases and ideas from those middle schoolers and putting them into the words that we sing. And then toward the middle of the piece, there's an interlude where we thought it would be nice for a couple of those students to step forward and speak as narration some of their thoughts about what music is. That part is very flexible for you. If you want to do the same writing assignment with your students, go ahead and replace the narration with their answers. Let's review this 2-part piece called Music Is.
Music is a feeling that comes from deep inside, a way to show emotion that cannot Music is a gift for you and me. Music is a language we all can understand, a bridge between all people, like joining hand in hand. It's a powerful connection that the world was meant to share. It's passion, it's purpose, it's a gift beyond compare. Music a day, music a day, music a day. Doru optimi. Music a day, music a day, music a day, music a day. Music is a gift for you and me.
Music is a sound that makes me feel a certain way, a mood changer. Music is a creative opening, a spark of inspiration, an invitation to express myself.
Music is the reason I get up in the morning. It always makes my day better.
A story, a calling, and a way to find my voice, my voice. Music all day, music all day, music all day, music all day. Doru optimi. Music all day, music all day, music all day, music all day. Music is a gift for you and me. For you and me. Music is a gift.
And you know, that song was written well before quarantine, but now I think that we've experienced those months apart where we've not been able to get together and make music. Gosh, isn't it? I have become even more acutely aware of how much music enhances my life on a daily basis. And so it's sort of a song for advocacy. And gosh, I hope it speaks to you and you can share it with your students as well. The Bicycle is our next choral. This is a great beginning song for your youngest choir now, I would say. The Bicycle is basically an echo song format. And I'm going to teach you some echo on solfege here. You hear the key 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, do, mi, sol, mi, do. Repeat after me. Sing to your computer. Sol, mi, re, mi. Re, mi, sol. Sol, mi, re, mi. Re, mi, do. And you have the basic song now. That's the melody, and it echoes back and forth from part 1 to part 2. It's all about my favorite pastime, riding bike. This is true. I'm not just making this up. It's taken me 20 years to finally write a song about the activity I love most, and it's about riding the bicycle. And I've been thinking on my bicycle, like, if I were to write a song, what would it say? What is it about this activity that really, really speaks to me? In a way, it's sort of monotonous, right? And this is what's going on in the left hand of the piano, this ostinato, that sort of hints to the idea that those wheels are always turning, and that's sort of the background fabric of the piece. But then in the B section, I talk about what I think I find inspiring about riding the bike is when we see a hill coming up ahead or a bump in the road, the great bicyclist doesn't go, oh, forget it, I'm turning around, I'm not going to do that. No, the bicycle rider says, I'm not going to let that hill slow me down. I'm just going to pedal a little harder, get over the top of that mountain and enjoy the ride down. So it's a song about really persevering and striving to overcome some of our challenges, which we certainly have challenges in our lives today. Here's the bicycle. Enjoy.
Pedaling the pedals, round and around, round and around. Pedaling the pedals, up and down, up and down. Pedaling the pedals, to and fro, to and fro. Pedaling the pedals, here we go, here we go. Look off in the distance, there's a hill up ahead. But rather than turning back, I'll pedal the pedals, I'll pedal the pedals, pedal the pedals instead. Pedaling the pedals, yes I will, yes I will. Pedaling the pedals, climb that hill, climb that hill. Pedaling the pedals, oh how I like, oh how I like. Pedaling the pedals, on my bike, on my bike. Look off in the distance, there's a rock on the ground. But rather than turning back, I'll pedal the pedals, I'll pedal the pedals, pedal the pedals around. Pedaling the pedals, pedaling the pedals, pedaling the pedals, pedaling the pedals, pedaling the pedals.
Yeah, and if you can tell, one thing I like just as much as riding a bike is a metaphor. So I use the bicycle to make a metaphor, teach some lessons to our kids. We're going to send you a poll right now. So it's going to be a question where you have a few answers to choose from. We are very curious to know, where will you be teaching this fall? So I don't mean what city or what school, but we're all waiting to know, right? We're dying to know, are we in school? Are we remote teaching? Is it a combination of all that kind of stuff? We are so curious to know. You know, a lot of the schools here around me in North Carolina are talking about a combination of at home and at school, so smaller class sizes. And yet, as the news keeps developing, we're hearing maybe more of a favoring toward the remote side. And I also know that many of us don't know our school's plan yet. I'm seeing the answers come in. It looks like over half of us are saying we don't know the plan yet. It's true, it changes so often. So I think as music educators, like, we've got to be considering in our heads all the possibilities, right? Coming up with sort of plan A, plan B, plan C, all the while knowing in our hearts we are creative people, and we have always solved problems and adapted as music teachers. We always have. When they told us we didn't have enough risers, we figured out a way to make it work, that kind of thing. And we're going to figure this one out. So I have plans, but I also have an attitude of, no matter what happens, I can adapt to it. So thank you for sending us your answers there. Yeah. Stay tuned to Alfred this summer, because we know that for most of us, remote teaching is going to be a reality in some shape next year. And so we are currently just working so quick to develop specific remote teaching resources, activities, and lessons, and all kinds of stuff for you. So all through the summer, there's going to be new stuff coming out. Right now, we're going to drop into the chat a link to a gift. As soon as we went on quarantine, the first thing I did was contact some of the best Alfred lesson plan writers and ask them to send me their lessons for at-home music classes. And we have a free resource that will come to you right now in the chat. Download that PDF. It's an at-home music lesson kit. So lots of lessons in there for different grade levels that you can try if you haven't already tried them at home. That's a gift. And know that there's more coming later this summer. with other remote teaching resources. Let's move on to our next piece called Friendship Canon. This one is by Mr. Mark Burroughs, a Texas composer. If you don't know Mark's music, it's lovely because it's always so sensitive and sweet, also with a real understanding of what the ability of an elementary student might be in this case. So it really fits the pedagogy of a young voice, as well as just this sweet kind of pull at the heartstrings message. It's basically based on one word, and the word is friend. He says the word in many different languages. Cara is Irish for friend. Amigo is Spanish, and there are many, many, many more languages. We sing all these friend vocabulary. It becomes a canon, and then at the very end, there are these 4 bars that repeat as many times as you like, where members from your choir or your community can step forward and say the word friend in their language. So if by chance they haven't already heard their language, they get to insert it toward the end. I think this is a really important one for showing the diversity of our choirs, for making our students feel like they have a voice no matter their background. They see themselves and hear themselves in the music you are doing, and they have a voice in your choir. Here's Mark's Friendship Canon. Mary, I see your question about virtual choirs, and yes, it's on all of our minds. I have been involved as a performer on some virtual choirs, and I'm getting a basic understanding. And of course, the challenge is really twofold. I'll tell you what I know about it at this point. I'm getting a little off topic, but I think a lot of us will be interested in this. You being able to instruct your students on what they need to do on their end, such as position themselves in front of their camera, have front-facing light, use earphones so that your microphone isn't picking up on the accompaniment, but only your voice, those type of things. You need instructions to give your kids about how to do that. And then you need this amazing person who understands the tech of putting those videos and audio clips together, right? Stacking them all together. Sometimes the video and audio are done separately. They've done audio tracks, not taking a video, and then the person is mixing those together, trying to make cutoffs and entrances get together. If a particular kid sings a really bad note, you can kind of fade that away. That kind of control you've always wished you had on your choir, where you can individually highlight the best sounds. That's the audio piece, and then there is the video piece, and many times it's done separately. So a child then is basically lip syncing with the existing audio, pretending to sing. And that's many times when you're getting the beautiful videos, many times it's been done separately, because I don't know about you, but I sometimes when I'm singing make an odd face to get, the F double sharp out, So that's a second element. We're going to be creating some blog articles and some other things coming out this summer with more specific instructions about this. But if you have an AV or tech wizard at your school system, I would be starting conversations with them, because many times it's that person who becomes a key player in you putting together your virtual choir. So let me move back to our music a little bit, because I don't want to get too far behind our schedule here. Muana Moke. Oh, no, I'm going to say one more thing. Krista's listening. We know of an organization, and Michaela, where they are offering a service to build you a virtual choir. They will do everything for you that I just described. It's the Symposium of Online Music Education, I think is the name of the company. Maybe Michaela or Krista could drop a link to them there. And there's lots of Alfred songs that you can sing. Everything, the rights and the sync rights are all included right there for you to choose from. And they'll help you build them technically. There is a fee, of course, but if you're looking to sort of farm it out, we do have a resource we can provide. Okay, moving on. Muana Moke. This is a Congolese folk song. It's sung a cappella with a little bit of percussion. So I've got my egg shaker here. If you were part two, you basically sing this motive. Muana Moke likayate. Muana Moke likayate. And part one sings the main folk melody above it. Muana Moke amalaka likayate. Muana Moke amalaka likayate. When we listen to this, which we will do right now, realize that you're going to hear an SATB voicing, which is in a different key than this two-part voicing. So they are singing in the key of D major when the two-part we're watching is in the key of F major, which just puts it up in a better register for the younger voices to handle. Let's listen to about half of Muana Moke. We'll get about halfway through this one.
Muana Moke,
Good. I think we can stop right there in the interest of time. You know, one thing I forgot to mention about that piece is that's arranged by Victor Johnson. And I want you to know that Victor Johnson is one of our favorite arrangers and writers at Alfred, and he is a Black person. I know that that's strange to mention perhaps, but you know, with everything going on in our world, with diversifying our curriculum and looking for repertoire that represents different people and prepared by a diverse kind of composers, I wanted you to know that Victor's background. On a similar topic, when Black Lives Matter became so important over the last few weeks, and right here in my own town, we were seeing demonstrations and we're still seeing them. You know, it really made me personally, think hard about this idea of, have we really represented all the diversity in our music programming, in our classrooms, in Alfred's catalog, which is my responsibility? And it's lit a fire for us here at Alfred about wanting to show off a more diverse array of writers and music and all those things. So I hope you will join us in that fight in that cause to diversify our classrooms. And again, represent all of the kids in your program, that they see themselves, their history, their background, and that we represent it accurately and fairly as very, very important to us. So it reminded me of when I was a teacher many, many years ago in Johnson City, New York, and there was this awesome new Alfred piece that my students, this one opened up a lot of discussions for us. It's called Let Us Walk in Peace. It's written by Patsy Ford Sims. That's a female African-American composer. She wrote the original music here. She wrote the text, which is clearly inspired by the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, but they are her lyrics. And I remember my students singing this and the great discussions that we were having back in the 90s about this text and the importance of it. And I wanted to share a little bit with you now because I think it's really speaking to our time today. Here's Let Us Walk in Peace.
Loving one another, helping out our brother. This is our dream. Let us all be judged, not just by our color, but how we treat each other. This is our dream. So let us walk hand in hand to make this a better world in which to live. Help us share the dream we have and open our hearts to give. Peace on earth is our battle cry until the day we die. Let us live our dream and keep the dream alive. Let us walk in peace, loving one another, helping out our brother. This is our dream. This is our dream. Let us all be judged, not just by our color.
In the interest of time, let's move ahead to our next choral, which is called Lovely Rainbow. This is a wonderful piece that will really help your students to sing well in parts. There are two melodic lines to this. Let me show you one of them, and I'm going to demonstrate it with a chenille stem, a pipe cleaner. So here's what we do. We're going to trace the melodic line. The very first melody is, I saw a lovely rainbow. I saw a lovely arch of rainbow span the sky. If I shape that with my pipe cleaner, I can show my students the melodic contour. It sort of rises, falls, and then it lifts at the end. I saw a lovely rainbow arch up in the sky. And what have I basically created there? The shape of a little rainbow that points to the pot of gold at the end. I love that little illustration of the melodic contour. Halfway through the piece, this composer, Katie O'Connor Ballantyne, introduces a different melodic line. Red, orange, yellow, way up high. And I had already prepared my little bit of contour there. This is a great idea, using these, if you don't know this idea, music manipulative here, where we're taking a everyday item, turning it into a prop to demonstrate a musical concept like melodic contour. That idea came to me from this great Alfred resource called Music Manipulatives Workbook. We don't really have time to review it right now, but it's a good one. We'll drop some information into chat for you. Let's listen to Lovely Rainbow. Notice how independent the two parts are of each other.
I saw the lovely arch of rainbows span the sky, the cold sun burning as the rain swept by. In bright reef solitude the showery foliage shone, one lovely moment, and the bow was gone. Red, orange, yellow, way up high. Green, blue, indigo, violet in the sky. Parallel lines of color are drawn. One lovely moment, and the bow was gone. One lovely moment, and the bow was gone. Rainbow, lovely
Isn't that sweet how the two parts came together there? So basically, each one learned a 16-bar melody and then they stacked on top of each other, which makes it a great way to sing parts for the very first time. Moving ahead, we'll take just a little look at each of the movements in Carnival of the Animals. You know the Carnival of the Animals set by Camille Saint-Saëns. Heather Sorensen has arranged this for two-part singers with one instrumental obligato on each of the movements. So the first movement, which is Aquarium, she's got a flute part that goes along with it. The second movement, which is Fossils, she's got a xylophone to sound like the bones. And then this very creative text writer, Julie Myers, wrote words that tell cute little stories about the fish in the aquarium and the fossils in the museum. Let's give a listen to just a little bit here. I'm going to cut some of this off, I think, but let's get a taste of it. Here is Aquarium, with words all about the light flickering as the fish swim by. And I'm not certain if we can move ahead in that recording. Will that work? Michaela's in our control room. Michaela, would it work to slide that recording ahead, say 2 minutes in, so we get a little taste of Fossils? This is the one that goes ba 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 ba. Let's see if we can find it. May or may not work in our webinar platform here.
Freeing up our hands, leaping from our stands.
Hey, it seems like it's not going to work. So yeah, we find sometimes when we try to jump ahead in recordings, you could see the music, but maybe not hear the appropriate place in there. So sorry about that. If no one's in the room, quiet as a tomb, visitors are gone, we can play till dawn. So very up-tempo and fun, that whole ba-ba-ba-ba-bee theme. You would recognize it. You can always visit this Alfred's website to review more. You've got it in your PDF packet, and we're going to send you a YouTube link. Plus, we will be sending at the conclusion of today a video that you can review everything that we are seeing here at home at your own leisure. I'm going to turn it over right now to my friend and colleague, Krista Hart. She's out in Los Angeles. And Krista is going to share a few chorals with us at this point. If you've got Are You Proud of Me? It's our next song. I'll let Krista tell us more.
Okay, hi. Are you ready for a guaranteed tearjerker? Mark Burroughs' Are You Proud of Me is very poignant and full of heart and really well crafted for young voices. You're going to love the gorgeous ending where Mark strips away the accompaniment and we just have the voices on the final phrase. Very effective. This piece really speaks for itself. So let's go ahead and listen to Are You Proud of Me?
I spread my wings, I gave my all, not knowing if I'd fly or if I'd fall. Are you proud of me? I ran the race, I didn't win, but still I found the will to run again. Are you proud of me? As I learn, as I grow, through every high and low, you've always seen my light and brought it out in me. And though I've lost more than I've won, still I try, still I dare, still I run, still I run. Are you proud of me? I took a chance, I didn't hide. I dared to be the me I feel inside. Are you proud of me? I shared my heart, I stood up strong, and finally opened up to sing my song. Are you proud of me? As I learn, as I grow, through every high and low, you've
Isn't that nice? So put your tissues down, and I'm sure you can get lots of uses for that piece. It's great for parents or teachers. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Next up, we are happy to welcome Michael John Trotta to the Alfred Music Catalog with his setting of the Robert Louis Stevenson poem, O Wind. I'm going to let the composer himself tell you more about this new setting.
Hi, everybody. This is composer Michael John Trotta, and I'm here to tell you about my new piece, O Wind, with a text by Robert Louis Stevenson, set for two-part choir with piano. One of the reasons I'm really excited about this piece is it's a great training piece for choirs who are just starting to introduce part singing. It opens up with a simple, just a very simple melody that can be taught as a unison line. And then as we hear the melody for the second time, there is a lower part underneath it, which has a complementary part for the part two singers. So it's a great opportunity. If you're anything like me, when I was teaching part singing to younger choirs, when they sang at the same time, all of the voices would kind of go up to the highest part. But what's great about this piece is it's an opportunity to give each of the two parts their very own line, and the two lines complement each other beautifully. So if you're looking for a piece to teach part singing, I highly, highly recommend O Wind.
Very, very beautiful, lovely line, lovely accompaniment, lovely poem. Just one little side note about that piece, it does have a piano tracks accompaniment available. I want to make sure you all know that all of our piano tracks are now available to download individually on our website. So you used to get the CD that has 33 different piano accompaniments on it. That is still available to order, but if you want to download something immediately, you can do that on our website, and those piano tracks are $9.99. Okay, next up is a collection called Partners in Song. We heard Michael John Trotta talking about two melodies that complement each other sung at the same time. Basically a partner song. So we have this new collection by Mary Donnelly and George Street. Here's a little video to tell you more about it. Partners in Song. 10 playful partner songs for young singers, arranged with new words and music by Mary Donnelly and George L.O. Street. A familiar song plus an original counter melody equals instant harmony. This fun-filled collection gathers familiar folk songs, spirituals, and holiday tunes into a practical resource you can use on stage and in the classroom all year long. Reproducible singer pages included in the book make it easy for students to find and mark their individual lines, which are guaranteed to develop part singing skills. PDF song sheets and audio are included on the enhanced CD, or download these assets online. So I want to let you know that Partners in Song is one of the collections that we now have available to download on a site called media.alfred.com. Michaela's going to share her screen so we can see that in action. But it's we are adding more and more classroom resources to this page that you can download. All you have to do is click on one and then purchase it, and then it goes into your library. Can you click on My Library at the top, Michaela? Yeah, so now you can see everything that I've purchased, and then if you click on, say, Color Me Mozart up there at the top, here's all the audio tracks that come with that book, and then on the upper left, you'll see there's a PDF button. You can click on that and you can download the PDF. So this keeps everything in your library so you can access it from school, from home, wherever you might be teaching from. So Michaela will drop a link to that particular website in the chat for you. And if you want to find out about more products like that, we are going to have a Ready, Set, Remote reading session on August 22nd. So I hope you'll join us for that. There's the information to sign up, and I think Michaela will offer us a link in the chat as well for that to sign up. Okay, next, one of the songs from Partners in Song, that collection we just looked at, is available as a single octavo this year, and it's called a Holiday Fiesta. It pairs a real folk song, Dale, 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 with an original melody, counter melody, about breaking open the piñata. Now, this song works for holiday Christmas concerts, but could work for other holidays and celebrations throughout the year. So let's listen to a Holiday Fiesta.
The piñata is so colorful.
That is fun. And what's nice about that is you can do it in Spanish, you can do English, you can do a combination of both. Some nice options there for you. Andy, do you have some more holiday music for us?
I do. That just put me in the holiday spirit. Is it July? It is July. Christmas in July. I can say that. I had to check my calendar. Have you lost track? All this quarantine, it's like every day feels the same, right? How about a little fun for your holiday performances? Take your hands with me. We're going to actually let me be big on the screen right now, Michaela. I'm going to teach some choreography. I want you dancing in your seats out there. Okay, take your hands. I'm going to maybe stand up. Nah, it doesn't work. Just stand up. Boogie to the right and back, to the right and back, and to the left and back, and to the left and back. Thumbs to yourself, index forward, thumbs to yourself again, and then with a little Elvis hip, slide your hands across the tabletop, okay? This is for a song called Secret Santa. It's all about a secret gift exchange where the choir sings Secret Santa, and in between each of those little Secret Santas, somebody's doing a rap that explains the process. So it goes like this. Dance with me now. Secret Santa, everybody write your name. Secret Santa, this is how we're gonna start the game. Secret Santa, fold it up, and after that, Secret Santa, put your name into the Santa Claus hat. We sing, whether I have you or you have me, we're gonna put a Christmas present, now everybody shimmy, underneath the Christmas tree. Let's check it out. Feel free to dance along at home. This is my Choreo Tracks video, which is free for you on alfred.com. We're smiling and excited. Turn to your right, boogie front and back, front and back. Now left, front and back. Pulsing the fists and wrists over each other. Back to your left. Now, thumbs to yourself, index to a partner, partner and self, flat table. We shimmy really low right here, and same thing again. Your speaking soloists are out front doing their own thing. Turn to the right. You see I move my hips out of the way. Push them back and forward and back and forward. Thumbs to self, index partners, partners and self. Now tabletop. Do the shimmy, shimmy really low. Now think about it, right and left, tilting and left, back to back with the partner. Patty cake tap, and index is coming across as we keep the secret, back to back, and lift and drop. Now this is just like before. Turn to the left, and back to your right. Left again. Thumbs to yourself, index to your partners, partners and self, and tabletop. And shimmy. Now here's the dance break. We will do some swimming, and then back to back, and play patty cake. And now a backstroke, a backstroke, a backstroke, back to back. Open. You've done this before. Boogie front and back. Turn to your left. It's gonna get a little different here as we hold low, looking toward our soloist. You've done it before. I've had you. Now this is different. Zip your lips and thumb to the right. I, you have me. Tabletop. Now we run to clumps and we pose. Super fun. Okay, speaking of diversity, how about some diversity for our holiday performances? The next song is called Maoz Tsur. It's a Hebrew traditional song that is traditionally sung as a Hanukkah song. The text translates basically into the Rock of Ages text, and I love this setting. It's perfect for younger choirs. As a matter of fact, The arranger, Matt Pod, originally presented this arrangement for the Young People's Chorus of New York City under the direction of Elizabeth Nunez. That is the wife of Francisco Nunez, so real children's choir specialists in that family. Enjoy Matt Pod's arrangement, Maoz Tsur, perfect for Hanukkah. I love that song. I absolutely adore it. I think that will just sound so gorgeous. Piano part is so sweet and the melody is so lyrical. Fantastic. Here's a song all about wintertime. It's called Under Winter Moon. You may have done another voicing of this in the past. I had previously done SATB, 3-part mixed SAB, and SSA voicings, but this year I took the time to put it into a 2-part treble voicing, perfect for the younger choirs, all about the beauty of the winter moon. So the moon is shimmering down as the snowflakes fall, and you hear that in the piano part, and there's this beautiful light, which is represented by the cello if you add that. So snowfall in the piano, light from the moon in the cello. Give a listen to about half of this one. Under Winter Moon.
is frozen, silent, still.
I hope you enjoyed that long still note as they're singing still. Make sure to remind your singers the L is, you can see it right here in the camera. When I say still correctly, the tongue is at the roof of the mouth, but we sometimes are tempted to let that L creep up. Still. This is a no-no. Still save the L to the very end so we don't sort of create that problem in the mouth. So little singer thing there to remind your students of. If you are looking for more holiday music, there is lots more from Alfred, and we want to share it with you. We're going to do a webinar on August the 8th. That's all about holiday treats and treasures. So if you're putting together live performances or virtual choirs for the holidays, tune in then. We'll have lots of ideas to share with you then, programming ideas, lots of repertoire, maybe some more choreography. I'm going to pass it back to Krista now. Krista's going to introduce our next set of songs.
Yeah, our next piece is called Words of Wisdom by Sally Albrecht. And Sally has taken some of Benjamin Franklin's witty and sage sayings from Poor Richard's Almanac and set them to music. So it's 4 mini movements on themes of things like wellness, self-awareness, house guest etiquette, and it makes great use of musical humor. You can add to your performance by using the choreography notes that are printed in the octavo, or Sally has also filmed for us a free choreo tracks video that you can find on alfred.com and use that video to help learn or teach the choreography. So let's listen to Words of Wisdom.
Early to rise, make some men healthy, wealthy and wise. Early to bed, early to bed, early to rise, make some men healthy, wealthy and wise, wealthy and wise. Early to bed, early to rise, make some men healthy and wealthy and wise. Early to bed, to rise, make some men wealthy and wise. Wealthy and wise and wise. Would you live with ease? Do what you
Okay, so hi again. Sorry about that. We cut that a little short thinking about time, but please check the rest of those out, especially the one about house guests and fish. It's especially cute and clever. Who remembers Raining Tacos from a year or so ago? This was a real hit for us. It was that Andy arranged, and the song came from YouTube sensation Perry Grip. And now Perry is back with a new favorite called Space Unicorn. And who doesn't love unicorns? Now, some of you might wonder how to use a piece like this. It's like a real novelty piece. And I would say, aside from just the pure fun and joy of singing it, it makes a great recruitment and retention tool. And in these unusual times that we're in, it's going to be more important than ever to really get kids hooked on choir. And a little musical treat like this piece can help to do that. So I want to just play a little bit of the original Perry Grip video so you can get a sense of where this song is coming from. Michaela, if you can play that for us. So you get the idea there and why kids are so into these Perry Grip videos. And now just a touch of Andy's two-part arrangement for young voices. So you can see how he's adapted this for a choral setting.
Space unicorn, soaring through the stars, delivering the rainbows all around the world. Space unicorn, shining in the night, smiles and hugs forever all around the world. So pure of heart and strong of mind, so true of aim with his marshmallow laser. Marshmallow laser.
Okay, so you can see how those two work together. It's really fun, really cute. Your kids are going to love it. And if you don't know Raining Tacos, please check that out from a couple of years ago as well. Next up, a couple of resources to tell you about. This is my new resource this year called Music Go Round, 100 Puzzle Pages for Young Musicians. This is a collection of 10 different types of puzzles, everything from coloring pages to word searches, music math to rhythm hunts. And you can, it covers these concepts that you're already teaching in your music classroom. So you can use it for a simple assessment, bell work, substitute teachers, or a lesson extension. The digital download of this version of this book will be available sometime next month. So it'll be on that same media.alfred.com website. Or if you choose to buy the hard copy of the book, you will also get access to a PDF of the book. So either way, you're going to be set up for it to be really easy for you to access and distribute these pages, whether you're teaching remotely or in the classroom. Next is Ukulele Explorer. We're just going to drop a link to this video in the chat, and you can take a look at that later. And of course, it'll be in all the links that Michaela will send out after the session. Go to our website and check it out. But if you're teaching ukulele, this is something you should definitely check out. And you can share it through your screen, or there are PDFs that you can email to your kids to practice at home. Lots of different options there for that. So now I think I'll pass it back to Andy for the last couple of pieces.
Thank you, Krista. I'm having so much fun. I'm singing right along at home. So sorry, people that are upstairs, that you have to hear that. I'm going to do one more holiday song with you right now. It's called Theme from Elf. It's from the movie version of The Elf, the one with Will Ferrell in it. It's the opening theme where this arranger, Daniel Grossi, has added some text to what is usually just an orchestral theme. So we sing bum, 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 bum. We sing fa la la. We sing a little Merry Christmas at the end. I know you've enjoyed the choreography, so I want you to know there is a choreo tracks video for this one available on alfred.com. We're actually going to show some of that right now, and it's very unique. We've already talked a little bit about virtual choirs, right, where everyone sits in front of their screen and sings real pretty. I created for this choreography designed for a virtual choir sitting in front of their screen. So the first half of this video, which we won't show, I actually explained to your kids, okay, sit in front of the thing, find your camera, make sure you're centered, have some props ready to go, including a kazoo, including a homemade snowflake, all that kind of stuff. And I teach them every little move, how they can do it right here in front of their computer. And then we put it all together. Hopefully you will find this inspiring and fun to watch. Here's some choreo tracks from Theme from Elf. Here's a completely unique idea for movement to Dan Grossi's arrangement of Theme from Elf. I'm going to create screen choreography. I'm seated in front of my computer webcam, and all my moves are going to be within that frame. After all, I think virtual performances are going to be a part of our future. Now, you need to have 3 props ready to go right here in front of you. First of all, I've got a kazoo. When the kazoos come up, they'll be held in the right hand for playing. I'll put a fist in my other hand and sort of just mark We don't need to hear me explain all that stuff. Do we have the scoring sound that we can hear a little bit of this piece? Is that queued up and ready to go? If so, throw it in there, Michaela. If not, I'm probably going to move on just in the interest of time. A reminder that after a 30-minute break today at 1 p.m. East Coast time, do the math for where you are, we will continue this session, but it's going to be moving on to middle school and high school resources. You may want to, you would have to re-register for that. So we'll send you a link in case you're not registered to continue with us a little later. We have a whole new set of resources and octavos for our middle school and high school schoolers starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time, okay? I'm going to move on now to our final selection in elementary. It is The Prayer. Yes, that beautiful and iconic song, The Prayer. Most famously recorded by, was it Andrea Bocelli, I think? Yeah. I love this arrangement by Greg Gilpin because he specifically had a beautiful children's choir in mind when he arranged it. So it's got a very concert style, lovely and luscious piano part, voice parts that are designed for two-part treble voices. There's the option of a violin obbligato to sort of add that extra layer of gorgeousness. You know, the song, The Prayer, has many Italian lyrics, but Greg found a way to kind of condense the Italian lyrics so that we only have to learn just a few of those. Why don't we run the track? Oh yeah, Josh Groban. That's right. Thank you, Carlos. Why don't we run the track for The Prayer, and afterwards we'll sign off, Krista and I, and give you some last minute tips in your, as we say goodbye this morning. Here's The Prayer.
I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where
Just beautiful.
Yeah, that's a great way to end this morning together, isn't it?
Yeah, just a couple things before we sign off. I want you to all relax. All the links and everything that you've seen today is going to be coming to you. Michaela's going to send out an email that will give you access to everything that you've seen and heard today. So if you missed something, don't worry, you will be getting that. She's also dropped in a link to our website where you can see all the titles that we've featured today, and that's going to give you the full PDF to look at, the complete recording, the score and sound video. And I hope you'll bookmark that page so you can quickly revisit anything or to place an order. Please join us very soon here for the middle school, high school session. All the titles that we'll do on that session are unique. We're not going to repeat anything that we've done this morning. And some of those titles are available in 2-part as well. And I just want to say thank you all for being here with us virtually. And I hope you had a great time and found some new music. We really wish you well for this new year of teaching that we're going into, and hope that you stay well.
Yes, thank you so much for being with us. Strangely, I feel like we're all together this morning, and this is lovely after being alone for quite some time. You know, you can connect with your kids the same way, so don't fret it if you're not actually going to be physically with them. You can still connect, and I know you'll do that. Thank you, and we'll see you soon for middle and high school. Very best.
Bye.
Bye-bye.